All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Kansas City Chiefs rookie running back Brashard Smith. Smith is getting more and more opportunities in this Kansas City offense, and I think he's got a bright future. He's a versatile playmaker who's doing a lot of good things. Still has some things to improve on, but I think his future is bright. We'll break down everything that he's done recently in the Chiefs' most recent victory. As always, in the comment section below, give us any feedback you might have. If you're a fan of these film reviews and want to help support us so we can do more of them, consider becoming a member. There's a link in the description box below that will take you right there. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's open up a little passing game. There's Smith right there, lined up in the shotgun right next to Patrick Mahomes. And you can see the Baltimore Ravens, they've got a 50 front. They've got 5 guys lined up at the line of scrimmage and kind of an old school 3-4 look. Some people call it a 50 front. Some people call it a 3-4. It means the same thing. You got 3 defensive tackles and you got 2 outside linebackers lined up. And this is a situation right here where the Chiefs try and take advantage of an opportunity. They actually have the right tackle take this defensive tackle here and have the rookie Smith chip this outside linebacker and then release in the flat. It makes it an easy read for Mahomes. If 95 stays with Smith, you go to a different direction. If 95 keeps rushing and doesn't cover Smith, you throw it to Smith. Brashard Smith does a great job breaking tackles and finishing it after the catch. I love me a good yak play. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's the chip. Hits Smith. Breaks tackles. Still going. Still going. Great finish. All right, let's break it down, and we'll look at it from the wide copy in a second because I think that's really important. That's a good view. But you can see here initially, right, they're trying to sell a play action. They have the backside guard pulling. And what you need from Smith here is a really good chip. And as the quarterback, what you're trying to see is anyone covering Smith. And right here, 95 for Baltimore, he makes a critical error. He gets chipped, and he's too late to get in the pass rush, but he isn't dropping a coverage. Mahomes is too smart. Then he hits the rookie, and the rookie turns this into a really nice play, breaking, 3 tackles? 4 tackles? Great rep. We'll look at it from the wide copy here. You can see Smith lined up right next to Mahomes. Good chip there. That's all you need. Then settle down, make it easy for a quarterback, and then run hard and finish the play. One of the things I like about Brashard Smith is he can impact the game without making big plays. A lot of rookies, a lot of young guys, and Xavier Worthy's a good example of this, right? They have to make big plays. That's how they generate, their impact on an offense, impact on a game with explosiveness. Brashard Smith, it's the little things. It's catching a 4-yard pass and turning into a 14, right? It's falling forward on running plays. It's making good catches in the passing game. He's far from a perfect player, but he's got a very bright future in this Chiefs offense. All right, it's late in the game now, and the Chiefs are going to run the football. You can see Brashard Smith right there, lined up next to the quarterback. It's Minshew. Mahomes is, of course, out of the game at this point, but this is still such a really good play from the young running back. It's just going to be a standard inside zone concept. The Chiefs are just trying to run clock. So we got zone reach there. We got zone reach there, base reach there. We're going to get kind of a zone double team, trying to work up to the next level there. Block there on the zone path, block there on the zone path, and the running back just taking the handoff Smith and just trying to run north and south wherever he can find a hole. What ends up happening is the Ravens have so many guys here around the line of scrimmage that the Chiefs can't block them all, right? Because the Ravens they're selling out for the run at this point just because they got nothing else they can do. Smith does a really good job, though. He finishes the run, gets yards after contact. It's a theme with this rookie. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's the inside run. Gets contacted right there, but keeps running his feet, pushes all the way forward. Let's see where contact began, guys. Where does Smith run into the hole? Right there. We're going to call that the 2-yard line, right, just for reference. I think that's 22. Where does he end up? The 27. 5 yards after contact. That's winning football, right? We saw in the first play, yards after contact in the receiving game on the outside. Now we're seeing yards after contact on the inside on the running game, right? These are big guys. These are defensive tackles. These are linebackers, right? This isn't safeties on the perimeters like we saw before. This is big, strong guys inside, and Brashard Smith, he just keeps running his feet. Right? And I think this is one of the things that Chiefs really value in running backs. Everybody does, right? Getting yards after contact, but especially Smith, because he's going to get a lot of opportunities in passing situations. And I think opposing defenses, they're going to go lighter boxes. They're going to go more nickel and dime and more pass defenses when they see Smith in the game, just because they see him as a receiving threat. But if you can run downhill like this against heavy boxes, I can only imagine what you'll do against lighter fronts. Smith could be a huge part of this Chiefs offense going forward. All right, for the wide copy, watch Smith right here. He's going to get the snap. Where's contact made? Right around the 22. Watch him push the pile and keep running his feet. All the way to the 27, maybe the 28. 5 yards after contact, guys. That's winning football, right? 5 yards a carry is winning football. 5 yards after contact is absolutely bonkers. Really great job here by the rookie. Again, running into the pile, being physical, running his feet. Not known for being a physical runner coming out of college. Could have fooled me. Great finish right here by the rookie. Are going back to the receiving game, and there's Smith right there, lined up to the left of Patrick Mahomes in the shotgun, and this is a check-the-box kind of play. So in these kind of situations, if you're a running back, you're going to release cleanly and just run an out route, getting out in the flat. You're trying to convert for the first down, obviously. That's what you're always trying to do in these kind of situations. But you have to be smart. You have to make sure you run at the right depth. You can't run too far up the field to run into coverage, but if you cut it off too shallow, short of the first down, someone will come up and blast you short. So you've got to build trust. You've got to be smart. You've got to run at the right depth, give you a little slack, and then turn around and catch the football to make sure you convert for the first down. Smith does a great job here. Let's check it out. There's a snap. Smith releases. Mahomes fires. Caught. Good tackle, though. But still first down. Again, past the line of gain. Let's look at it from the wide copy here in a second. That's where you get a good look at it. Watch Smith right here at the bottom of your screen. Again, just runs a simple, easy out route, nothing hard. But you can see he's already passed the first down marker. This is what it's all about, guys, because you look at this Ravens defense. You can see Kelsey up top and a receiver right here. A lot of eyes on these guys. So right there is the clear out. Right here's a situation where you're open, but this corner right here, he's going to break hard the moment he sees you commit to the outside. So if you commit early, remember the first down, the line to gain is right here. It's at the 6-yard line, right? He's right here at the 10-yard line. This is a situation where some young running backs, they turn it up early, right? Maybe at the 10, they catch the ball and they're tackled at the 8 and they're short of a first down. Other running backs right here, as they run too far upfield, they see all this green grass and are like, oh man, I might score. And they go all the way up to the 5-yard line. Instead, they run themselves into coverage and they get broken up. The pass gets broken up and they don't even complete the throw. But Smith checks the box. It's a simple play. It's a routine play. It's nothing special, of course. But you got to do these little things. The little things matter. The Chiefs historically have been really good at little things. Smith falling right in line for this Kansas City offense. Nice play. Move the chains. All right, going back to the running game, and there is Smith right there lined up in a standard tailback alignment. And this is a situation here where it's a really good job blocking, but a really good job running by Smith. So it's going to be a standard inside zone concept work in this direction. And we're going to get zone blocks here basically across the board. Everyone taking their zone tracks for the Kansas City Chiefs. Little zone double team right here. Little scoop techniques right here on the backside. But it's one of the things they teach you as a running back to normally you want to press it wide and then try and get north and south. But if you think you have a chance to maybe actually get to the edge, what they really want you to do is make sure you get up to the line of scrimmage and then work around. One of the things that can happen for younger running backs is they try and diagonally attack the line of scrimmage so fast, and safeties and everyone else is able to read, these linebackers are able to flow. What you want to do in zone scheme is if you can get closer to the line of scrimmage, you get these linebackers to fill, these safeties to fill, people jump inside, and then you can bounce it. The rookie, Brashard Smith, great job right here doing just that. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's the inside run. There's the bounce. Good run. Good finish, too. Love how he lowers his shoulder at the end of this, right? Don't tell me this isn't a physical player. Look at that. He loves contact. Would have fooled me. Didn't see this coming out of college, but I love that finish right there, getting a few extra yards. This is a guy who always falls forward. This is a guy who will always get extra yards, and I love to see it from any running back, certainly a young running back, known for being kind of a receiver, not necessarily a physical guy. Love the finish. I mean, he's a finisher. That's awesome to see. Obviously, an important part of this Chiefs offense. But look at this schematically. You see how he gets up the field, and right here, you can see the linebackers have committed. Now he bounces. One of the things that can happen is running backs will get the handoff right here, and they're like, oh my goodness, I have a chance to go outside, and they'll just go horizontal, right? And then linebackers will scrape and DBs will scrape and they'll make the play. But if you attack the line of scrimmage, and it's a subtle difference, but again, guys, it's the little things. If you attack the line of scrimmage first, get guys to commit. You see how 35 stops running for a second, he gets caught in the trash. Now you're able to out-leverage the defense. It's the little things that good running backs have to do. Brashard Smith does it here. Nice rep. It gets called back because of a penalty, but still a good play. All right, from the wide copy, watch Smith. Takes the handoff, presses, and now bounces. The entire time, does he ever go horizontal, guys? That's what I love. Presses right here, even maybe 1 or 2 steps, but then immediately gets upfield. He's never sprinting towards the sideline. Some running backs, they get very heavy and they try and bounce it like they could in college, where right here, they immediately go horizontal and say, I cannot run everyone. You just outrun as much as you can and then get north and south, and then at the end, finish. Nice play. Look at this finish, guys. Boom. Contact's made it to 32, all the way down to the 29-28. 3-4 yards after contact. Love to see it. If he can maintain 3 to 4 yards after contact, he'll be a superstar. That's among the best in football. Nice play here from Smith. All right, how about a really smart, savvy play from the rookie? And there he is right next to Patrick Mahomes in the shotgun, of course. This is going to be a screen to a wide receiver right over here. And like any other screen, everyone's going to sell pass initially, and then we're going to get some offensive linemen out in space, right, to try and lead the way. What does the running back do in this situation? So what you do if you're Smith, you initially try and protect to make sure there's no initial blitzer that can kill Mahomes before Mahomes can throw the football. But the moment you see that, you kind of want to fake screen a little bit this direction. You don't want to make it too obvious, because if you fly too early, someone will go in there and kill the quarterback. But what you do is you just kind of settle inside, make sure there's no immediate threat, and then kind of act like it's you getting the screen. And what happens is you get a defender that gets stuck on you. It helps your buddy on the outside turn it into a successful play. Let's check it out. There's a snap. Offensive lineman release. Hit the receiver. North and south. Really nice productive play. Good job. Let's look at Brashard Smith. Again, the little things, guys. That's the theme of this video. Look at 24. Initial protection, no immediate threat. Now what does he do? He kind of leaks like he's going to a screen. You see him run to the offensive right there, to the left side of your screen. Right here, he immediately turns and runs. He knows the play is going the other way. He knows he's not getting the football. Why would he go that direction? He could potentially run the other way to maybe block, but he's trying to hold people. Look at 40, who's got eyes on Smith. Right here. Where's 40 going? He's late to react because the entire time he's looking at Smith. 93, he reads screen right there, but he sees Smith. He now follows Smith. Instead of 93 right there, potentially maybe he hustles and makes a play. These are the things, the little things, the difference between winning and losing, right? The Chiefs are famous for doing the little things well, and Brashard Smith, he falls, again, so perfectly in line with how Kansas City operates. All right, from the wide copy, wants 24 right here. I mean, this is really, really good. So he's going to initially, at the snap, there it is, step up to look for an immediate threat, and then he's going to peter out right there. Again, it's not a big thing, right? It's not like going crazy 100 miles an hour, but you can see how it holds linebackers. It gets a defensive tackle away. He basically blocked a guy and a half, right? He held the linebacker and got the defensive tackle to go with him. That can be the difference. How many times do we see defensive tackles right here see screen and then get on their high horse and maybe blow up the receiver, blow up whoever's catching the football? All the time. It doesn't happen with the Chiefs because they got guys like Brashard Smith, and just as important, they got coaches that teach this thing. 24 is a smart, savvy player, and this is a smart, savvy play, undeniably so. But I guarantee you guys, this is taught. This was a game plan thing where it's like, listen, right here, sell the screen to the other way. That's exactly what he does. Holds the linebacker, pulls the defensive tackle, gives his teammate a chance for a nice play. All right, quick break in the film review. Look, I was taught to break down film by my college coaches at the Division I level. All the players are. It's just a fact of playing football at that level. And I want to take this opportunity to give you guys, the average fan, more opportunities to get that insider knowledge of how the game is taught at that highest level of college football. I created a checklist, a step-by-step guide for you guys, 100% free. That's based on how I was taught to break down film by my coaches, and then I use today to create these film reviews. There's a link in the description box below that'll take you right to it. I really appreciate it if you guys decide to get it. Again, 100% free, just trying to share information to you guys, stuff that was taught to me by my coaches. But without further ado, let's get back into the film. All right, going back to the running game, and there's Brashard Smith right behind the camera right there. You can't see him too well, but there he is lined up behind the quarterback. And again, at this situation, it's late in the game. You're just trying to kill clock. And here's where you need to be smart, and Brashard Smith certainly is. So it's just going to be a zone scheme work in this direction. You can see the Baltimore Ravens, they have literally 1, 2, 3, 4 guys over here where the Chiefs have 3 guys. Now, in a perfect world, theoretically, you could get a block here, a block here. You could get maybe the center up to there, and you get the guard to cut off here, and maybe, just maybe, you can cut back, right, and hope number 35 doesn't kill you, right? That's sort of a perfect world kind of situation, but it doesn't work out at all, right? The Ravens, they got everyone firing in the gaps, like they're playing the run so hard in this situation. So what do you do if you're running back? Do you do anything cute? Do you try and bounce it outside? Do you try and, cut back? Do you do anything crazy? No, just run up into the middle of the scrum and fall forward for a yard or 2. It's being a smart player. It's not a sexy play, but it's the right play. Let's check it out. There's a snap, inside run, nowhere to go, just fall forward. Right here, right here, he could have had a choice. He could have tried to bounce it outside. He could have tried to completely cut back, right? There's nowhere really great to run. Maybe he could have scoot right there, but you can see there's a defensive player for the Baltimore Ravens coming around the corner. But you're trying to win the game. You're trying to end the game. What could hurt the Chiefs? Holding penalties, turnovers, right? You do a little spin move or a cutback. The ball gets a little loose. You fumble the football. Maybe this game gets interesting. Don't do any of that. You're in total control. Just run up the middle and keep the clock going. Again, little things, guys. It's nothing special here. It's not a great run. Doesn't break any tackles. Doesn't make anybody miss. But, he just does his job. In this situation, know your responsibility. Your responsibility is to just keep the clock moving. Don't fumble the football. No penalties. If the opportunity is there, yeah, man, take it. But don't get too cute. Brashard Smith does a good job right here. Again, knowing his assignment and doing his job. All right, from the wide copy real quick, you're going to see we get a little motion at the bottom of your screen. It's just going to be a simple handoff, and there's nowhere to go. So right here, could he potentially try and bounce it outside? Yeah, maybe, but don't be a hero. Don't run out of bounds. Don't risk a fumble. Could he maybe right here try and cut back? Yeah, but if you cut back, you got bodies all around you, a lot of chaos. You could fumble the ball, or maybe a holding penalty happens. That happens all the time on cutbacks. What do? You're trying to milk the clock. Just run up the middle, get a yard or 2, and fall down. Nothing special, just winning football, smart play from Brashard Smith. All right, let's end on something Brashard Smith needs to work on, and there he is right next to Patrick Mahomes in the shotgun, of course. And right here, the Chiefs are going to trap. They're going to pull 65 right here to block number 97, and it works perfectly. The center block back's there. Guard works up to the next level. Tackle works up to the linebacker right here. By design, you're supposed to take this handoff and just crease it just like this, and the hole is there, guys. This is a situation Brashard Smith should have scored a touchdown. He ends up getting tripped up. Something you need to work on, man. Just finish this play, finish this run, and you could be scoring. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's a trap. There's that crease. Look at this. He just trips over 52. Oh, my goodness. Now, look, there are feet in the way, right? You can see 65. There's a lot of feet. He's trying to jump around and get through. It happens, of course. I don't want to bury Brashard Smith, but this is a situation where patience matters. You don't have to be in a hurry to get to the line of scrimmage. And I know what a trap play normally is. And, you know, in college and high school, you're just trying to crack through the defense as fast as possible. But in the NFL, patient reigns supreme. Wait for the blocks to set up. Now hit him. If he's patient, he creases this and maybe scores, right? Or at least it's a chunk play. I mean, this is so well blocked. I mean, look at this hole right here. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but that's as big as it gets in the National Football League. You're seeing guys dominate people. You're seeing number 40 get tipped over right there. Gotta love that. You can see Smith burying 97, Humphrey working defensive tackles. I mean, this is a well-blocked play. Who is this, 76 too? Get on, guys, finishing guys. I mean, these are mauling people up front. The Kansas City Chiefs offensive line is. Reward your offensive line with a patient run. Brashard Smith, I think he's got a bright future. He's a smart player. He runs hard. He's all about finishing runs. He's a savvy guy. He can do a lot of different things. I think he's got a really I think he's going to be a really big part of this Chiefs offense. I think he's only going to get more and more opportunities, but finishing runs and taking advantage of opportunities is critical, something for him to work on going forward.